Hello and welcome back. My name is Jen Fetzer and I'm an illustrator artist, and I love to create fun, cozy, whimsical scenes with gouache paint. I also like to add some details with color pencils. Today I'm going to be painting a burrow with a little roly-poly bug, and I'm going to be using Holbein traditional gouache. Traditional gouache can be reactivated like water, so it's very similar to watercolors. I will try to show the colors as I go so that you can see what I'm using. But again, all Holbein gouache, primarily for the most part at least. So we're just doing a quick skyline. And I just mixed the color of the tube paint, the blue that I used, with a little bit of white to give it um, a little bit of a lower saturation, because at first it was a little too vibrant and that wasn't quite the look I was going for. One thing about gouache paint is it does dry slightly darker than what it paints at if you're using a light color. However, if you're using a dark color, such as with these stairs right here, it dries lighter. It can be a little confusing when you first start out because you'll mix the absolute perfect color and then it will dry in the opposite sort of way you were expecting it to. But once you get used to it, it's actually pretty kind of cool and not too hard, I feel like, to get used to. I've been super into creating little roly polies and other insects and illustrations this summer surrounding sort of like a garden theme almost, but more whimsical, more fun, as is the case with this roly poly. One of the pictures that is above him where he's eating is going to be of some flowers because he is a little gardener in his free time. Speaking of gardeners, one of our neighbors grew some cantaloupe in their backyard and gave us one of them. It was really tiny compared to the ones that you buy in the grocery store, but it was so delicious. It was really amazing. I kind of wanted to eat the whole thing, but I had to pace myself, unfortunately. But I think next year in my garden, I might want to try cantaloupe just because it was really that delicious. I just feel the need to now grow them. If you're able to give this video a thumbs up, please do so. That really helps my small channel grow and I would appreciate it so much. So I just had such a productive weekend. I used my weekends to film these videos and to take care of my art business. Monday through Thursday, I work my full-time job. And so on Friday, I met with a friend who's also an artist, and it was just really inspiring. I left feeling really inspired and full of energy and creativity. I came home, I did a full page spread painting, and then I started on this one. I had already done the sketch, but I started painting it, and I did all the filming for it as well. And I don't know, I really had such a productive weekend. I'm not sure how else to put it. I also did a lot of fun things. It wasn't all work. So I went to Peddler's Village, which is this really cute little shopping village about an hour from where I live. It's usually a Christmas village, but it is open year round. And it was so nice going when we went. We went on kind of a cool summer day. It almost felt like fall, but not quite. And it was just really nice to go without the crowds. We got to walk around everywhere, and I saw a lot of really adorable dogs. I saw an English cream dachshund for the first time. I've never seen one in real life, just pictures on the internet. So that was exciting. I saw a golden retriever wearing sunglasses. Hilarious. And I did have one dog that insisted on meeting me, and she had actually just had surgery recently on both of her legs. She was really sweet. Not sure of her breed. I think she was a mixed breed, but she was a brindle, larger dog, like a brown and black brindle. She was really sweet. I think her name was Lexi. I also saw a corgi, another golden retriever, no sunglasses, a black lab, and a Scotty dog. And I can't remember seeing a Scotty dog in person before either, but I might have. And I also saw a little poodle, a little teddy bear poodle, like the smallest sort of ones that they come in, I guess a teacup. He was pretty tiny. While we were there was also a sign on their bulletin board for a scarecrow contest. I've never made my own homemade scarecrow before, but I thought what a fun art project that would be. And I have till September 3rd, so a little less than a month to create and then also enter into this with a scarecrow. They had some parameters for the kind of pool that it needed to be on and that sort of thing. And it had to be somewhat weather resistant naturally, since it'll be outside on display for a couple months. So I'm going to consider doing that. I do have, I was going to say I have a lot of things on my plate right now, but they're mostly put there by myself, if you know what I mean, like ideas and goals that I have for my art business that I want to take care of. Like I'm redoing our online shop and also creating a new series of artworks and just, all these sorts of things. I don't want to speak about some things too soon before the reveal of them, but realistically, will I have time? I'm not sure. I'd like to think that I will, but that time is funny. It goes by so quick, long term, but from minute to minute sometimes seems so slow, doesn't it? When I had envisioned this carpet in the little burrow house, I had originally in my head seen it with something like really floral, like a oriental rug or a floral rug that you might find in a home. But I realized quite quickly that would be a lot more work. And this is just a sketchbook drawing, it's not a completed painting that I plan on turning to a print or anything. This was for fun and practice. So I decided to make the rug a little bit more simpler. This green I do go over with a slightly lighter green because I felt it was just too dark. Sometimes with creating art, you have to realize in the moment that your original idea might not be executed exactly how you thought it would be. You sometimes have to pivot and go with something that makes more sense with the logistics that you're using. I only have so many hours a weekend that I can paint and create art, and I have to use that time wisely. So another thing we did this weekend was I needed to get another painterly sketchbook. So I decided to go to Chestnut Hill. There is an art store there. It's the closest art store to us that carries the type of sketchbook that I wanted. It's a hand journal company watercolor sketchbook, and it's 10.5 by 8.5 inches. So it's pretty large. It's the same one that I'm using in this video. And so we went there and we decided we would get dinner, and we got there too hungry and we did not have a good game plan. And we ended up walking from one end of town to the other. And, we were getting kind of irritable, Ken and I both, towards the end. And finally we found a place to eat and it was pretty good. I really enjoyed it. But on the walk there and also back again, I realized how many art galleries and art studios there are in this part of Philadelphia, and it made me really want to go there. I've seen it before. They list it, it's called First Friday or Arts First Friday, something like that, and it's all, of course, an art scene situation and art related, and I think I want to try and go for the next one if I'm able. I'm not really sure what it entails, but it seems cool. It seems fun. I guess once I go and see, I will know. One of the art studios actually had one of my friend's pieces of artwork in the window, so I took a picture and posted on my Instagram stories and tagged them in the art gallery in it. It's always cool to see your friend's artwork out in the real world like that. I was so excited walking by, like, oh my gosh, I recognize that artist. I know them. I've met them.
'cause I know that we're changing. Hold tight, 'cause I know that we're changing. That I will be forever young in your arms. Tell the story about you and me. About our love, she gon' love you like summer 15. Hold tight, 'cause I know that we're changing. That I will be forever young in your arms. Tell the story about you and me. About our love, she gon' love you like summer 15. Gon' love you like summer 15. Like summer 15.
I had a lot of fun painting this candelabra. I probably should use a reference photo because I feel like the proportions and the angles of it are a little off. But hey, that's okay. It's just an illustration. You can still totally see what it's supposed to be, and it still works. I'm trying not to be as hard on myself in my art. I think if it looks recognizable, if a tiny human can look at it and tell what it is, then you did a good job. I was trying to go for impressionistic flowers. I did not like how this turned out, so I went ahead and sort of smushed it all together and turned it into something else. Sometimes you have to experiment and see what you like and don't like. Again, I was planning on doing more with these books, but I spent a lot of time painting this weekend. And also, as I had told you, I had gone and done some fun things as well. So, I wasn't stuck at home painting the whole time, but I spent a large portion of my Friday afternoon, my Saturday day, and today's Sunday also creating this art. And so I just decided to go in and do the green books on here. Originally, I was going to do each individual book separate colors, but this really saved on time. And you can still totally tell that they're individual books by the time that I go and add in the details.
I don't have to look no further, 'cause I've reached my destination. I used to be lost, but now I'm found. As long as I know that you'll be around, I don't have to keep on searching. I'm right where I wanna be. I used to be so sad, now I'm glad I found something I never had, and I'm ready. Yeah, yeah. This time I'm going all in. Yes, I'm ready. Yeah, yeah. I'm ready for the good times to begin. Hey, I don't.
As you can see now, the lines in the books really help distinguish them as books, and they are, even though it's only half finished, they are very recognizable as books now. So it worked out in the end.
I don't have to look for a purpose, 'cause I'm right where I need to be.
When I first started out as an artist, or learning to paint rather, I really struggled with something like this where you would create a whole scene and there's multiple things going on at once. I kind of could just do like one thing, if that makes sense, like one object or one caricature, and that was pretty much it. And eventually I would add to that like maybe a character in a silly outfit or something like that. And I think that's how we naturally progress as an artist, by keep adding on to what we know. And as I continue to grow as an artist, I want to continue to add to these scenes. Like, I had really liked the idea of there being a little chair over in the corner where I'm drawing the wood lines right now. I thought it would be cool if there was a stuffed comfy chair, just a lounging or reading chair in that corner, but I couldn't get the proportions right, and you really kind of needed to make the angle look right to fit in the theme. And because it was a weird perspective, I just couldn't come to terms with it in my brain, but I want to work on that and get better at those sort of things.
Yeah, yeah. I know
Here are the final shots of my illustration. Thank you so much for watching another one of my videos. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't worry, I'll be back next week with another one if you did. Until then, I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
To